Assalamualaikum, my name is NURUL NABILAH binti SAMDANI.
My name is BARIZA binti SAIDAM.
My name is SHAFEENAZ binti Muhammad SYAH.
My name is NURIN NAZLAH binti YUSOFF.
My name is AMEERA SHAFEENAZ binti BORHAM.
My name is Siti Hajar.
Hi, my name is NABILAH HUSNIYAH.
My name is NURIN binti AZHAR.
Hello, my name is AIDATUL KHUZAIMA binti Ahmad ARSHAD.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is ATHIRAH binti Ahmad FAUZI.
Bariza, if I give you a choice between Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams, which one do you prefer?
Yes. I think I would prefer more on Microsoft Teams because I have been using Microsoft Teams before, so I think that was better.
So you prefer Microsoft Teams instead of Google Classroom? But for me personally, I would choose Google Classroom. You know why? The history of Google Classroom was originally launched in 2013 as an exclusive tool for school system. It offers support for teachers and students but require account verification from the broader school administration. In 2015, Google announced a Classroom API and share button for website, which allows school administrators and developers to further participate in using Google Classroom. In addition, Google Calendar was integrated into a collaboration tools. In 2017, Google removed the G Suite for education requirement and expand the ability to host or join a classroom to any basic Google account holder. Since that, Google Classroom platform was made available to the public, and then Google has released a number of UI updates, customization option, and also added widget, also called integration support. And the interesting part is, in 2020, the use of Classroom sharply increased when schools around the world shift to remote learning due to the COVID-19. Google responded by adding several features and updates to the Classroom, including 10 additional languages, better integration with learning management system, smart correct and auto compose were added to the Google Doc, and also better integration with Google Meets.
Yeah, but you know what? Microsoft Teams also has their own history. As you want to know that Microsoft Teams is a unified communications platform that combines persistent workplace chat, video meeting, file storage, and application integrations. So the service integrates with the company Office 365 subscriptions, Office productivity suite, and features extension that can integrate with non-Microsoft products. So on May 3, 2017, Microsoft has announced that Microsoft Teams will replace the Microsoft Classroom, which is in Office 365 educations. So, on September 7, 2017, users began to notice that a message that stated Skype for Business is now Microsoft Teams. So, this was confirmed on 25 September 2017 at Microsoft Annual Ignite Conference. Yeah. And also, on July 12, 2018, Microsoft has announced that a free versions of Microsoft Teams offering most of the platform's communications options for no charge. But as usual, they have their own limit numbers of users and also a team file storage capacity. So in January 2019, Microsoft has released an update that targeting first line workers, which is in order to improve their interoperability of Microsoft Teams between the different computers for retail workers. Yeah. So on November 19, 2019, Microsoft has announced that Microsoft Teams has already reached almost 20 million active users, you know. So this is an increase from 13 million in July. Yeah. And it's also announced walkie-talkie features in early 2020 that use push to talk on smartphones and tablets or Wi-Fi or cellular data. On June 2020, Microsoft also has announced that it's acquired video game live streaming service mixer that would shut down in July. Yeah, and that is staff would be transferred to Microsoft Teams divisions. And on May 17, 2021, Microsoft has launched the personal versions of Teams, which is apart from the primary features. Yeah, apart from the primary features like chatting, file sharing, video calls, and also user can have a group video calls. Yeah, with it 300 users for up to 24 hours. Yeah, that was history for Microsoft Teams.
Oh, okay. Let's hear from our friends too, because I asked the same question with them. I think ATHIRAH and Ain will share about the advantages between Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams. Meanwhile, NURIN and Hajar tell us about the features of Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams. Besides, SHAFEENAZ and HUSNIYAH and also AIDA show us the comparison between Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams. And lastly, SYAFIQAH will suggest us which one is the best for online delivery tools. So let's go.
Now, let's see what the advantages of Microsoft Teams. The advantages of Microsoft Teams is wide-ranging. Some advantages of Microsoft Teams is related to increased utilization of time and optimization of team cooperation. If you're wondering what is the advantages of Microsoft Teams, here are 5 main advantages of Microsoft Teams that I will share with you. First, super chain communication. One of the main benefits of Microsoft Teams is that it fosters incredibly targeted communication among teams. There is almost no wasted time of discussion. For the second advantages is Microsoft Teams video calling. With Teams, video or regular audio calls are effortless. With a simple press join to jump up in a meeting, meet now to start one or call someone with a video or start from any device. Okay, the next advantages of Microsoft Teams is it simplifies collaboration and management for educator. The educator can prepare rubrics, post assignment, and stream lecture. The team also enable internet meetings and sharing of course material or lesson planning in Microsoft Teams. Okay, for the next advantages of Microsoft Teams is a wealth of meeting and scheduling tools. Microsoft Teams have myriad of meeting and scheduling tools that you can use to agree on agendas, log in schedules, and book that much needed meeting. Once your meeting is set up, you can talk about the meeting in a separate chat thread. Okay, for the last advantages of Microsoft Teams is it is not limited by hardware and software. Microsoft Teams, it can be accessed anywhere, anytime, on any device. It is eradicated to limitation of hardware or software preference. It is supported on Windows, Mac as well as iOS and Android. All you need is the internet connection. Microsoft Teams is a highly intuitive tool which creates a productive and involved works and education environment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, next I will explain about the advantages of Google Classroom or GC. The first thing that we all love about this Google Classroom is it is free. Google Classroom does not cost a dime for educators. The larger Google Workspace for Education environment is directed at larger schools and school system and is also free for a limited time. The second thing is it is easy to set up in a few steps. You can set up a very basic Google Classroom class in minutes, but anticipate taking some time to create online learning that is useful for both students and teachers. Google's offer training videos to walk you step by step through every detail, including the best practices for an excellent classroom experience. Next is, it is already integrated with Google Drive and other tools. If you already use Google Drive, apps like Google Docs, Forms, Slides, and Gmail, you will love what Google Classroom integration can do for you. Log into your Google account or create a new one and connect your favorite Google apps for a fully compatible experience. There is no need to set up new logins for everything either, which saves time and makes for a more streamlined workflow. And the last advantages is it comes with the Google security. If you are already trust Google for your email or work documents, handing off some classroom tasks will not be a big deal for you. Google use the same security and encryption standard across each platform. Kids cannot work outside of their unique login, and strangers cannot access the dashboard, assignment, and the reports in the Google Classroom. Okay, I think this is all from me about the advantages of the Google Classroom. Okay, thank you.
Hajar, do you know the features in Google Classroom?
No, Nurin, can you explain?
Okay, I will explain the features in Google Classroom.
Make Google Classroom easier for students. Number 1. Naming, numbering, and creating tabs. After a lot activity, Google Classroom loses its original clean and positive vibes and become complicated. Your announcements, slides, and lecture material may become dispersed throughout the thread over time. Your students may be confused by this. Because of this, you should name and number your themes in order to organize them. Additionally, Google Classroom enables you to create distinct tabs for various topics or units. It promotes clarity and efficient workflow.
Google Classroom allows you to make separate tabs.
Number 2, take questions from your students. Ask your pupils for their opinions and any queries they may have about the class. Students can post questions in the public comment section of Google Classroom. Respond to such queries in the space designed for public comments so that all students will read and learn.
Take questions from your students.
Number 3, private feedback. Private comments are another option in Google Classroom. Both teachers and students have the option to ask the question or offer private feedback. Without wasting time or involving the student and teacher in other class discussion, it settles the conflict between them. How Google Classroom improves students' learning? Number 1, books and notes in soft form. However, the day when students prefer real books and notebooks has long since passed. Because they are portable and can be read anytime, anywhere, students prefer books and notes in soft form today. Teachers can share lectures, fascinating slideshow, or YouTube movies that relate to their subjects with students using Google Classroom. They don't have to craft each statement on their own. Both teachers and students can save time by copying and pasting general information or facts. Teachers can use that time to enhance their instructional techniques or interact more with their students. Students also don't have to writing everything on their notebooks. The Google Classroom already has all the lectures and other study-related materials stored in one location. All lesson materials are assigned to a specific Google Drive folder. That study material is available to all students. As opposed to repeatedly writing those lectures or notes, it enables them to read and learn.
A particular Google Drive folder.
Google Classroom all in one place. You might be aware of the administrative problems facing instructors. Each time, they carry a stack of materials that include lecture notes, readings, homework, and exam papers. They spend the most of their time organizing those papers, which is a demanding task. Additionally, while arranging, counting, or evaluating papers, some may become misplaced. These issues are resolved by the Create Assignment or Quiz Assignment tools in Google Classroom. The assignment or quiz can be given, collected, reviewed, graded, and returned all in one location by the teacher. The teacher does not have to worry about transporting or arranging a stack of papers. It allows them to comfortably review the assignment or test before getting back to the students.
Google Classroom all in one place.
Number 3, add comments. Teachers can leave comments inside the files when students use Google Docs to submit their assignment or test. The teacher can underline and comment on specific line while reading an assignment. It can be a typo or sentences that was plagiarized, or just an addition to the student's work. You can return the document back to the student after adding your comments and grades so they can review the errors and weaknesses in the work. In this approach, the students can evaluate their performance and get better.
Haja, how about the features in Microsoft Teams?
Microsoft Teams is a persistent chat-based collaboration platform complete with document sharing, online meeting, and many more extremely useful features for online distance learning. Having an excellent team space is key to being able to make creative decisions and communicate with one another. Shared workspace software makes this much easier to achieve, especially if a particular team is based in a very large organizations. Let's see how Microsoft Teams features make it stand out from other collaboration software. Firstly is breakout rooms. Breakout rooms are basically mini meeting rooms that are associated with a large meeting. Each breakout room has most of the usual meeting features, including participants' audio and video feeds, a chat pane, and screen sharing capabilities. If you have a small team that needs to speak and present in a meeting, they could benefit from prepping and conferring with each other in a separate breakout room while the main meeting is taking place. In another scenario, you could put all meeting participants into breakout rooms to facilitate small group discussions before bringing everybody back to the main meeting. Secondly, improve whiteboard. Teams has long integrated with Microsoft Whiteboards apps so that meeting participants can collaborate on a shared visual whiteboard in real time. Team members can add text, image, diagrams, notes, sketches, more to a board. The recently revamped version of this app adds a host of improvements including more than 40 new templates, the ability to insert image and document, reactions icon, and numerous ink tools enhancements. Number 3. Live transcriptions. Team has long offered text transcription of records meeting after the meetings are over. Another useful long-time feature is all-driven text captions that what meeting participants are saying in real time. A new live transcription capability combines those two features, offering a transcript sidebar that shows everything that's been said in a meeting, complete with speaker attributions. Number 4. Spotlighting people. Meeting organizers and presenters can spotlight certain meeting participants. For instance, at an all-company meeting where a few leaders are frequently called on. When you spotlight someone, their video feed is displayed prominently in the meeting window for all participants, basically pinning it in a prominent position on screen. Up to 7 people can be spotlighted at a time. Number 5. PowerPoint, grid view, and more. There are improved ways to present a PowerPoint document in a meeting when you can show specific slides and not have to flip through all of them. At the upper right of the meeting window, click the Share Content icon on the panel that opens. Scroll to the PowerPoint Live section and click Browse OneDrive or Browse My Computer, whichever has the PowerPoint document that you want to present. After the PowerPoint document is loaded, you will see the slide that will be presented to meeting participants in the main area of your screen with strip of thumbnail for other slides along the bottoms of the window. You can click any thumbnail to go directly to the slide. Thank you.
Hello guys, in this video, I will explain about what is Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams. Here, we will be able to see two of our friends that are discussing how to use Google Classroom. Let's see together. So the first time when we open Google Classroom, we will be able to see some classes that we have joined through the code provided by the creator of the class. When we open the classes, we can see the stream, classwork, and people. In the stream, we will be able to see a lot of new information that have been updated. As an example, we can see is the latest update on an assignment. Through Google Classroom, we will be able to submit assignment given by our lecturer with add or create work via file or link or Google Classroom. As you can see, when we upload using Google Drive, we will resubmit and mark as done, and then we can see the marks that will be displayed in the task assignment. That's what we can see and get in the Google Classroom. Next is Microsoft Teams. In Microsoft Teams, there are some advantages of Microsoft Teams that are not have in Google Classroom. Among them is class meeting. Not only can we see notes, new information, and submit assignment, we can also interact virtually in this Microsoft Teams. Let's see how two of our friends use Microsoft Teams. In Microsoft Teams, we have calendar. In the calendar, we have a new meeting that we can join to interact with others. After that, to join a meeting, firstly, we need to make sure that our camera and mic can be open and work properly. And then we click join and we can see indirectly to see other friends in the meeting online. This is the difference that we can be done in Microsoft Teams compared to the Google Classroom. Thank you!
In the conclusion, both of the platforms has its own advantages and disadvantages, and so both Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams can help the lecturers or teachers to improve to the outcomes through the blended learning. The collaboration between IT leaders and teachers or lecturers can be a great way to understand which program may be the best fit.